did speak to me. The stone did speak to me.
What did it say?
It said, I want to be a woman. And not just any woman, it was to be an Indian woman. So actually the first piece that I did is called Stri, which is the Hindi word for woman. And actually, if any of you come to the house, you'll actually see it there. But that was the start of, for now, a 20-year-long endeavor, and many lots of great hours spent in Zahava studio. And I'm happy to report I'm still doing it.
Oh, that's wonderful. That reminds me of a story my dad tells sometimes about a couch cushion. He saw a couch cushion, and he said the couch cushion spoke to him and said it wanted to be me.
But I did a little better.
Funny. Let's see, what else? He says you like to cook. What do you like to cook?
What do I like to cook?
Yeah.
Variety of things. What? Soup. Actually, the one I like to cook the most is leek soup. And I have a story about leek soup coming up.
You want to tell it now?
No, I want to wait. It's too precious to tell.
And also that you're in a book club.
I'm in a book club.
A book club. No, I like to go to clubs, but I don't understand. Like, you go to clubs, and mostly when you go to clubs, you're like dancing, and I've never gone to a club and just.
Well, this is a dancing of sorts. You know? It's an intellectual dancing. And actually, it's a very scholarly book club. You know, we read some really demanding books, at least for me.
Did you ever read that book, The Assassination of Maggie Thatcher?
Actually, now that you
Did
think
you read
about it,
that?
I did. Just recently, actually.
You're kidding!
Have you read that too?
No.
I recommend it. It's a little dark, it's a little dreary.
But she didn't really get assassinated.
No,
did
she did.
If
She
you can tell
did.
me.
But it's. No, she didn't.
Okay, all right.
Well, you really know a lot about me. I'm really being suspect.
You know, you hear a story about once that you were at a beach where it was clothing optional? Do you want to talk about that? Do you? You want to talk
Wait a
about
minute,
that?
you've really done your homework. You're responsible.
It's okay. It's okay. Do you want to hear the story about the clothing optional beach that we went to? Go for it. It's okay. Take your time.
Okay. This tells you how perspective changes. So when I was in India, Goa, which is where I come from, is a popular place for hippies. And when I was in high school, we would go to the beach, and there would be all these naked hippies walking around. And of course, my parents would be totally scandalized. And I would be like the cool, try to be hep high school student who would say, Mom, come on, you shouldn't be upset. I mean, they're, after all, just, how God created them. And she was, oh, that's terrible, they should be banned. Anyway, fast forward from, let's say, 1970 to 1983. I just finished from Berkeley. I'd gone back to Goa for vacation. I go to the beach. I'm settling down on the beach. This naked guy waddles up to me. I said, oh, maybe he's going to warn me about the currents or something like that. So I was kind of disarmed. And then this guy in broken English, so I think he was a European, tries to tell me that somehow if I was educated, that's the word that was a trigger, if I was educated, and I just come back from Berkeley after finishing my PhD, that if I was educated, I would understand that I shouldn't be there. For a minute, I couldn't quite understand what he was referring to. And then it dawned on me that this asshole, to be mild in my comment, was trying to tell me that I couldn't be on the beach with my clothes on. That somehow he had declared it a nudist colony. And that just made me completely ballistic. So in an instant, my attitude changed to these guys not only what, in fact, and then I reacted strongly to him, and which was interesting because most Indians kind of are docile, they would probably just disappear. And I told him, you X, Y, Z, you have no business being here in the first place and behaving like this. I'm going to get the cops on. And then, of course, he backed off. But it was a significant realization about this concept of cultural hegemony, where people go and think that they can. So, if you see a nude hippie in Goa, get the cops.
He's waddling, right? Good. Well, listen, I know we're celebrating your birthday, so I brought you a little something.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you stay right there.
Thank you.
Well, don't thank me yet. First, little hat.
Wow. It's staying on top?
It is. Wow. Good. Okay.
I knew this felt like I was in high school being punished. The dunce hat.
This is a little present for you
Wow, thank you.
from me.
Thank you. Thank you, Rose.
Smarty.
Smarty.
Yeah. Rose was my sister.
Oh, Rose.
We're not talking about her.
Oh, no, we should. Ooh.
It's a puppet.
Finger
It's a puppet.
Is it something that goes in the finger?
Exactly. Oh, you're a natural. Oh,
And
look at that.
actually, it's my favorite animal.
Hey, so if you ever get tired of driving trains and you really want to make some money, you could go into puppetry.
Oh, that's
That's what
why then.
Yes. And you get to name him.
Oh, I'll have to think of a good name.
Okay, good. Then,
CG. How about CG?
CG.
For creative growth.
Perfect.
CG.
CG.
CG, that's
Fine,
it.
CG. Good. Okay, and there's one last thing before we finish. Ready? I prepared a little song for you. I understand that you're a big jazz fan. You probably have most of my albums. It'd have to be pretty wealthy to have the original, but yeah.
I probably have most.
So okay, so, and I brought along my backup band. Larry! Hey Larry, come on in. Good, great. Hey Larry, this is everybody, this is Larry.
Hi, Larry.
Okay, good.
You're not going to change the key at the last
No, I won't. No, I
No, we're doing this enough.
Okay, enough,
So,
okay.
yeah, so this is a standard, you probably heard of it, Fly Me to Your Moon.
Fly me to you, okay, absolutely.
Okay, you ready?
I'm not ready to sing.